Tonight is a special Shabbat. Not just because of Julia's bat mitzvah this weekend, but this weekend is known as Shabbat Shirah, the Shabbat of the song. Torah is constructed of three different alternative types of writing. One is just regular story in paragraph style, it just goes on and on and on and on and on. And then there are poems. A great deal of Torah is written as poems, not just the Psalms, but within the body of the 5 books, there's a lot of poetic, structured statements. But then there's also something called songs. A number of them happen. Tonight happens to be the most important of them. Moses and the children of Israel have just crossed through the Red Sea, although historically it probably was truthfully the Sea of Reeds, which we'll get to a little bit later. And when they got to the other side, they broke out in song. There's a whole story about this, which we will also get to later. But this is called Shabbat of the Song. Therefore, some of the music that you hear tonight might be new. And if it is part of a tradition that we have, and it's why we do it. So, if you listen to some of them as opposed to singing like we always do, it's okay. It's okay. Jewish prayer is also split in multiple ways. One of them is personal, private prayer. When we get to the Amidah, the standing prayer, it starts out being chanted. But then, it's all done silently in the middle. That's private prayer versus communal public prayer. We accept both of them in their visions and in their purpose of bringing us closer to our community, to ourselves, and ultimately to our God. שבת אחים גם יחד, שבת אחים גם יחד. הנה מה טוב ומנעים ומנעים. Amen, amen. May God bless this house with love. Amen, amen. May God bless this house. Amen. Amen, amen. May God bless this house with love. Amen, amen. May God bless this house. May God bless this house. May God bless this house. As I said at the beginning, it is a special week. We as a community join with the Argenziano family as one of their own steps into her place as an adult in the Jewish community with all the responsibilities attached to it. And so, to light Shabbat candles tonight during this incredible weekend when the Jewish community at large and in specific welcomes another adult to our numbers. We call on Grandma Ruth Brockman, Mom Jill Argenziano, and our bat mitzvah for the weekend, Julia Argenziano. Shamor, to guard. Zachor, to remember. Amen. So the debate the Jews had after having crossed through the Red Sea, or in fact, the Sea of Reeds, it was a mistranslation, was to get excited. Our God had protected us, had provided an escape for us, and had allowed us to cross. And so we started to dance and sing. And God became angry. And the skies became dark. And the music stopped. They were challenged. What do you mean? How dare we? Our God brought us away from the shores of death and brought us to a moment of freedom. We are celebrating our escape from slavery and our movement into freedom. Why are you upset with us? God said, you have so much to learn, not only about me, but about yourselves. How dare you celebrate when my children are dying in the Sea of Reeds? We do not become who we are at the pain of death of others. And so God was angry, and the singing stopped. And that was the first lesson we learned, having walked from the shore of slavery and coming out on the shore of freedom. And so, while sometimes we sing a Lecha Dodi that's filled with joy and energy and clapping sort of and foot stamping kind of, doesn't really fit tonight. So if you don't hear the Lecha Dodi that you're so used to, understand music is supposed to take us someplace, and usually someplace where we didn't know we were going. Sort of like our ancestors who finished crossing the Sea of Reeds and thought they had it all worked out. Boy, were they wrong. Let us not portray ourselves as their children in that way, but in a way where we talk to our God. And our God gives us clear opportunity and clear options. Lecha Dodi Lekrat Kala B'nei Shabbat Mikabela Lecha Dodi Lekrat Kala B'nei Shabbat Mikabela Shamor B'Zahor B'Dibur Echad Ishmiyanu El Am Yuchad Adonai Echad U'Shemo Echad V'Shemu Tiferet V'Litila סוף מעשה ומחשבה תחילה Lecha Dodi Lekrat Kala B'nei Shabbat Mikabela Etoravi Kiva Orei Tumi Ori Uri Shir Daberi Kivod Adonai Elayich Nigla Lecha Ratala B'nei Shabbat Mikabela. Enter in peace, crown of your husband. Enter in gladness, enter in joy. Come to the people that keeps its faith. Enter, O bride, enter, O bride. Yitgadal v'yitgadash shmei Rabbah B'omati v'lachiditei v'yom malchutei B'chayechon u'v'yomechon u'v'chayechon Beit Yisrael V'meru Shmei Rabbah Nebara L'olam Ulam Me'omaya Yitbarach V'yishtabach V'yitba'ar V'yitramam V'yitnaseh V'yitadar V'yitaleh V'yitalal Shmei Tekudeshah Le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata Tushbechata v'metemata Tamiran be'alma v'meru. We read together, blessed, praised. Amen. Baruch Hu et Adonai Baruch Adonai HaMivorach Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech ha'olam, asher bidvaro ma'ariv aravim, b'chochma poteach sharim, uvitbuna mishaneh itim, umachalif et hazmanim, umsader et hakochavim, b'mishmerotehem barakia kirtzono, borei yom v'layla, golel or mipnei choshech, v'choshech mipnei or, uma'avir yom umevi layla, umavdio bein yom uvein layla, Adonai tzvaot shemo, el chai v'kayam, tamid yimlocha leinu le'olam va'ed, Baruch atah Adonai, hama'ariv aravim. Blessed are you, Adonai, who brings on the evening. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Ve'ahavta et Adonai Elohecha v'chol levavcha uv'chol nafshecha uv'chol me'odecha v'hayu hadvarim ha'ele asher anochi mitzavcha hayom al levavecha v'shinantam levanecha v'ribarata bam v'shiftecha b'veitecha uv'lechtecha v'derech uv'shach b'cha uv'kumecha uv'kshartam le'ot al yedecha V'hayulatotafot bein enecha, uchtavtam al mezuzot betecha uvi sharecha, lema'an tizkiru va'asitem et kol mitzvotai, v'hitem kidoshim lelohechem, ani Adonai Elohechem, asher hotzeti etchem me'eretz Mitzrayim, lehiot lachem lelohim, ani Adonai Elohechem. Standing on the parted shores of history, we still believe what we were taught before ever we stood at Sinai's foot. Every now and again, people ask me, where do all those prayers come from? I mean, who wrote this stuff? The answer to this next prayer, known as Michamocha, is that it comes from this week's Torah portion. It's the middle statement of Shirat Hayam, of the Song of the Sea. And what it says, if you look at the English at the bottom, is quite challenging for Jews. Because it says, who is like you, O God, among the gods? Ba'elim is plural. Oh my, it must be a typo. Only for 3,500 years. It's not a typo. The Israelites, on leaving Egypt, made several statements. One, we got a God that's more powerful than yours. And so you can believe all of those gods you want. Not one of them could stand up to ours. It also says we never reject the fact that there might be other deities. There might be other gods. On some level, you hope there are. Because it's sort of ridiculous to be the greatest, most powerful God if you're the only one. You want challenge, you want competition. How could the Yankees be the best team in baseball without the Red Sox? How could Ali be the greatest boxer of all time without Frazier and Foreman? You only become the best by being better than the best. So our God just left Egypt, where, remember, Moses and our God stood in competition with Pharaoh and all of the gods of Egypt. And most of the gods of Egypt were seen as magicians. They could do amazing tricks. So they had seen people turn a staff into a snake. No big deal, what else you got? I can part the Red Sea. How's that work for you? It's a pretty big deal. It was an issue of our God can take on any God you have. And as you are leaving Egypt and its myriad gods, who sure didn't help you much, look what this God just did. What do you think about that one, guys? It goes along with the story that I just told you of the Israelites dancing and carrying on, that their God was the most powerful. And in that power was a reticence to say, yeah, I can do all sorts of stuff. I can destroy Egyptians. I can destroy Egypt. I could have set you free 460 years before I did. So we as Israelites, we as Jews, have to solve the puzzle of, if God didn't, why not? What does that say? And so we ask our God, what's the deal? Who is like you, O God, among all the gods that are worshipped? Which one stands at the top like you do? So we don't deny other gods at all. We just sort of go, they're Bush League. And they are.
Malkeinu
know it, this first word is spread. Spread the shelter of your peace over us. Guide us in wisdom, compassion, and trust. Spread the shelter of your peace over us. Guide us in wisdom, compassion, and trust. Adonai, Eloheinu v'shalom, Hamidenu malkeinu, v'chaim. Save us and then shield us. Save us for the sake of your name. Shield us from hatred and pain. Save us for the sake of your name. Shield us from hatred, sorrow, and pain. Ashtiveinu Adonai, Eloheinu v'shalom, Hamidenu malkeinu, v'chaim. Ashtiveinu Adonai, Eloheinu v'shalom, Hamidenu malkeinu, v'chaim, v'chaim. Grant, O eternal God, that we may lie down in peace and raise us up, O sovereign, to a life renewed. No. I was giving you the starting note. V'shamru b'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. ביני ובין בני ישראל אותי לעולם, אותי לעולם. שמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. כי ששת ימים עשה אדוני את השמיים ואת הארץ. שמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. וביום השביעי שבת וינפש, שבת וינפש, שבת וינפש. שמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. We're going to get that worked out one of these days. And as we get ready to stand, replicating our ancestors as they stood and walked, as she begins her journey, her personal journey to Jewish adulthood, we call on Julia to come up and lead us in the Shemona Esrei, the 18 benedictions, the Amidah.
Adonai, open up my lips that my mouth may declare your praise. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu
Hey Avoteinu v'Imoteinu, Elohei Avraham, Elohei Yitzchak, Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel, Elohei Leah, Ha'el HaGadol, HaGibor HaNorah, El Elyon, Gomel Chasadim Tovim, V'konei HaKol, V'zocher Chasdei Avot V'imahot, U'mei Gula Livnei V'neihem, L'ma'an Shemo Be'ahava, Moshiach U'magen Brit, Baruch atah Adonai, Magen Avraham Be'ezrat Sarah, Atah Gibor Le'olam Adonai, Mechayei HaKol Atah Rav Le'Hoshia, Mechalkel Chayim B'chesed, Mechayei HaKol B'rachamim Rabim, Somech Noflim V'rofei Cholim, U'matir Asurim, U'mekayim Emunato Lishenei Afar, Micha Mocha Ba'agivurot, U'mito Melach, Melech Memid, U'mechayeh, U'matzmiach Yeshua, V'ne'eman Ata L'hachayot HaKol, Baruch atah Adonai, Mechayeh HaKol. Atah Kadosh, V'shimcha Kadosh, Ukdoshim b'chol yom yahalelucha selah. Baruch atah Adonai, Ha'el HaKadosh.
You are holy, your name is holy, and those who are holy praise you every day. Blessed are you, Adonai, the holy God.
We continue in silence. Shalom Rab. We spend a moment praying for a refuah shalema, a complete and total healing for these members of our congregation: Doris Handel, Carol Mortman, Carol Siegel, Nadine Wenzel. We also offer prayers to these family and friends of TBEI: David Austin, Cynthia Baker, Michael Becker, Alex Andrew Carcamo, Darlene Brofman, Miriam Castle, Amy Connolly, David Dichter, Jeffrey Farrenbach Braitman, Mara Cooperman, Ashley McGregor, Cookie Romeo, George Vantgo, Jackson T. Wynn II, and Beverly Zinf. If there are any other names to be shared, Al Kanfei Han Sharim on the wings of eagles. Please feel free to stand and share those names. Sam?
Linda Levy.
Robert Brody. Hebrew Casey. Ruth Frank.
Victor Gabriel.
Sheila, Phyllis, Freddie, and Tony.
Joanne Mock and Martha Beechwood.
How about Abigail?
We also mention all those under the thumb of pain, of need, and all those in need of healing, be it physical, spiritual, or emotional. May our voices be loud and our prayers be strong and heard. Misheberach avotenu mikor habracha limotenu. May the source of strength who bless the ones before us help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing, and let us say Amen. Bless those in need of healing with refuah shalema. Did it switch? Still on the page? I could while away the hours conferring with the flood. Oh. Did it switch now? Okay. Have to find a way to speed that up. Okay. Shabbat Shirah, Song of the Sea. We talked about a number of the things as we went through the service, so I'll be able to make some things, make this one rather more brief. The differentiation between the Israelites and the Egyptians is, if you take a look at the Torah portion, something fascinating happens. It talks about the Israelites, plural, crossing through the Sea of Reeds. But what it says is, let's see if I can even find it in specific, because you will find it fascinating, because I did, and if I did, you sure will. But what happens here is, let's see. What it says basically is, where is it? Oh, come on. It was in here this morning. Okay. Lord says to Moses, speak to the Israelites and that they turn back. And it says, and I will toughen Pharaoh's heart, and he will pursue them. And then it states in here that the Israelites, in plural, were leaving and that Egypt followed. The Israelites were in the plural. There was a great number of them, but it was one codified, unified Egypt that needed to be punished. Suggestion was there were no good, kind, friendly Egyptians, and the point was being made that Pharaoh, who of course represented Egypt, spoke for all of Egypt, and that the Israelites had to go from where they had been, someplace they were not happy in, that did not treat them well. They were enslaved. They were not in chains like we think of slaves. They were very lower, the lower caste, if you will. They were very blue collar. And yet, they get to the shore of the sea. What's going to happen now? Egypt, their entire past, is behind them, rushing forward. The seas part. The Israelites cross the Sea of Reeds. The water closes, and Egypt, as a concept, is destroyed. It is not all of Egypt the country, Egypt the concept. Why? Because the Israelites now had to face an even more dunning and challenging future. What they had to deal with now was the future. Completely unknown. Completely terrifying. They weren't necessarily happy where they were, but they had no clue where they were going. Remember, they'd been in Egypt 460 years. When Moses says, God said we're going home, yeah, okay. What does that mean? So they're on the other side. They're leading towards freedom. And what you do know, if you have been following, is that they get to the shore of the Sea of Reeds. They start their journey. They get to Mount Sinai shortly. A few weeks later, God gives them the Ten Commandments, and theoretically the entire Torah, and the oral Torah and the written Torah at the same time, mind you. And they go on a journey. It does not take them 40 years to get to the shore of the Promised Land. It takes them 3 years. God takes one look and goes, "Oi, you are so not ready to go into and fight a landed group of people, take their land, and reestablish yourself, your government, and how to function." They didn't know. That was when they had to go back out, and that explains the other 37 years. Who knew? The other reason was so that when they came back to the shore of Canaan, nobody who had ever known the lash of being under the whip of slavery, of bosses, they didn't have to think about anything. They were told who to be, when to be, and what to be. It took them 40 years to disperse and dispense with that entire generation so that those getting ready to step into the Promised Land were young, had never tasted the yoke of slavery. And the other part is that they were also young and strong enough to fight for it physically. It's an interesting journey we as Israelites are about to take. As tonight and tomorrow, so is Julia. Julia's future begins tonight. And she came up here, and just a few short weeks ago, couldn't imagine standing in front of this group and speaking loud enough to be heard and being absolutely sure of what it was she had to do and say. We, the Israelites, took 37 years, plus 3 more, to find out who we were and who we needed and wanted to be. Julia took a few short weeks, because I tell you from my soul, the young woman you are about to see tomorrow morning lead this community in a service from beginning to end is not the young woman that started with me a few short months ago. We tell them, you're going to become a bar mitzvah, you're going to become a bat mitzvah, and we hope that they will emulate the Israelites who crossed through the epic challenge of the Sea of Reeds and the even more epic challenge of Egypt. And they succeeded. And as they succeeded, they told each and every one of us, come along for the ride. If we could do it, you sure can. And even though she didn't know where the voice came from, she sure heard it. So, tomorrow, our community and the Jewish community will welcome one of the newest of the classes of bar and bat mitzvah students, the class of Beshalach, the Torah portion of the Song of the Sea. When I was in the seminary, I had to write a paper. So I wrote a paper and I said, Beshalach, it happens to be, the Song of the Sea. And the teacher said to me, what did you do here? I said, I wrote the paper like you asked. And he said, I think you got something wrong. Ooh, what was that? He said, this particular sea is spelled S-E-A. And I said, yes, it is. But I'm talking about the sea spelled S-E-E. We see what we seek. Our ancestors saw it and found their way forward. And over this weekend, tonight and tomorrow, you will see, so will Julia. She made a choice, and it's wonderful. May we all follow the lead and not just see what we seek, but see what's in front of us and accept the challenges that come with that. We know what the past was. We can carry that anger and that frustration and that weight and all of the stories and all of that stuff with us, or we can toss it off and step forward. And we learned it from the Israelites, and for those of us who watched it, we learned it from Julia too. If you can make it tomorrow morning at 10 o'clock, come. Come and be proud. Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom. Welcome everybody to tonight's service, and if you're watching online, welcome too. Thank you, Len, for being up here tonight. And thank you to Jill and John Argenziano for providing tonight's oneg in honor of Julia's bat mitzvah tomorrow, and also tomorrow's kiddush. If you'd like to sponsor a Friday night oneg, please let Sisterhood know. We're going to have a Tu B'Shvat celebration next Saturday, February 15th, during the Saturday morning service. If you can be here, it'll be interesting. It's a nice service. The Sisterhood Card Party is Tuesday, February 18th. There's lots of tickets left. We're planning a Shabbat Across America potluck dinner on March 7th, and you can call the office to let us know what you would like to bring to the dinner. We're going to have a doo-wop show here on March 8th. With Shaboom, and there are flyers in the lobby and online and all the notifications that are sent out for all the things that we have going on. On March 29th, we're going to have another music bingo. Hope you'll join us for our events. Shabbat Shalom.
Aleinu l'shabech l'adon hakol, l'teit gedula liotzer bereshit, shelo asanu kigoyei ha'aratzot, v'lo samanu k'mishpechot ha'adama, shelo sam chelkeinu kaihem, v'gor aleinu kechol hamonam, va'anachnu korim, u'mishtachavim u'modim, Lifnei melech malchei hamlachim hakadosh baruch hu shehunot hashamayim v'yosed aretz umoshav yikado b'shamayim mima'al ushchinatu zo b'govei miromim hu Eloheinu ein od emet malkeinu efesulato kakatu bitorato viadatayom vashevota elivavecha ki Adonai hu ha-Elohim bat yamayim mima'al haaretz mitachat ein od ונאמר, והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ. ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד, ושמו אחד, ושמו echad. On that day, Adonai will be one, and God's name will be one. We remain standing as we remember. יתגדל ויתקדש שמי רבה, בעלמא דברך חירותי וימליך מלכותי, וחיי חון וימי וחיי דכל בית ישראל, בעגלה וזמן קריב ימרו, אמן. יהי שמי רבה מברך, לעולם ולעולמי עלמיה. יתברך וישתבח, ויתפאר ויתרומם ויתנשא, ויתהדר ויתעלה ויתהלל שמי קודשה בריחו. לעילא מן כל ברכתה ושירתה, תשבחתה ונחמתה, תעמידן בעלמא ויאמרו אמן. יהי שלום רבה מן שמיא, וחיים עלינו ועל כל ישראל, ויאמרו אמן. עושה שלום ממרומיו, הוא יעשה שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל, ויאמרו amen. May the one who creates harmony on high bring peace to us and to all Israel, to which we say, Amen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, borei peri hagafen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kitshanu b'mitzvotav v'ratzavanu, v'shabbat kodsho be'ahavahu v'ratzon hinchilanu, zikaron l'maaseh v'reishit, ki hu yom tichila l'mikra'ei kodesh, zeicher l'tziat Mitzrayim. Kivanu v'acharta ve'otanu kidashta v'kol ha'amim v'shabbat kodshecha be'ava uv'ratzon hinchalatanu. Baruch atah Adonai Mikadesh HaShabbat. Ooh. Okay. You okay? You okay? He's coughing, he's not crying. Yikes. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, hamotzi lechem min haaretz. Bless our lives, our children, and our families. Bless all of those who have lost their way. Bring peace to all who seek a world of beauty. Give blessings, God, to all these together. Amen. Amen. May God bless this house with love. Amen. Amen. May God bless this house. Amen. Shabbat Shalom.